Welcome. All right. So just have, we'll start standing, but just have a cushion for the seated part of practice. Okay. So let's begin, and then if others do pop in and join a few minutes late, that's fine. I'm sure they'll. Oh, there we go. Okay. So hi. So welcome. We're going to start the practice today standing. And then we'll come to sit down to do the seated practice. So just have a couple of cushions, whatever you need to be comfortable for the seated part of practice. But we'll start with the Qigong, just getting into that first part, and then down to some sitting and a little bit of breath today. Okay. But thank you for arriving to practice. Everyone's schedules are so busy, so just having a touch in and a check in with community for practice is just a lovely way to remind us of the tools that we have. So I thought today, this month, that I would introduce a little bit of Qigong. I've found it a really wonderful practice, very calming, very soothing, and it really is just moving meditation. So when you're doing the practice of Qigong, remember to try and keep your knees not locked and the muscles too tight and stiff. So there's more of a softness in the body. And when we're doing all the standing bits in Qigong, really trying to find that balance in the feet. And also try to keep a bit of tension out of the shoulders and face nice and relaxed as well. Okay. So welcome everyone, and your chi, just like in yoga philosophy, we have the chakras in Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine, and with Qigong practice, there is the dantians. So the lower dantian here between pubic bone and navel, in the heart and the head, so the three dantian points. So your chi is housed here, your energy, your vitality here between the pubic bone and the navel. So we're just focusing on this area for now, and I'd like you just to bring your feet maybe a little wider than your hips, soften into the knees, and just connect with the tilt of your pelvis. So find a good balance in the pelvis, spine nice and long, head just in the middle, not chucking the chin, and then you're going to place your hands one on top of the other over the lower dantian. So here the fingers can be soft, hands are soft. And you can either just have a soft gaze, or for now, you could also close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Keep the heart light, broad across the collarbones, and relax the shoulders. So the mouth is free, the jaw is relaxed, and you have that sensation of ah in your mouth. Feel the soles of the feet. And see if you can balance the weight of the body equally in the feet. So feel the point of the big toe base, the point of the baby toe base, and the middle of the heel. So this triangular sort of shape in the sole of the feet. Knees a little soft, breath natural and smooth in and out of the nose. And just make sure the area above your navel is a sense of softness and freedom. It's a bit more relaxed here above the navel. Just start by taking a moment just to thank yourself for arriving to practice today, to connect with your body, your mind, your spirit, and just having a healthy body. Even if it's not perfectly healthy, you're still able to be here, breathe, and be present. And then find your inner smile. And stay connected to that sense of lightness and joy in your practice today. So you can open the eyes, just having that soft gaze. Then it'll help you connect with the chi before we continue to move with the practice. You'll take your hands, you'll bring them together, and you've created a lot of heat and warmth and energy by rubbing them together. Then just keeping the hands in front of your belly, you're going to slow down your rubbing. And with the base of the palms lightly touching, the middle of the hands apart, the fingers soft. Now, very, very slowly, you start to move the hands away from each other. Just opening up maybe 1 centimeter. And focusing on the space between the hands, the palms. Maybe take them a little bit further apart. And then you can also move them back towards each other, very, very slowly. And then pull them away from each other again a little bit. Really slow, feeling the space between your hands. And you might get that sense of like 2 magnets pushing away from each other when you bring them together. So that is your chi, your energy, your life force. Right. Then releasing the arms down next to the sides of the body, fingers stop, creating a bit of sort of space under the armpits. Heart lifting, knees are soft. We'll do some arm swinging just to kind of release and shake tension from the body. So keep those knees nice and springy. And then you create a swinging sensation by lifting the arms, letting the elbows bend and the hands drop. Then you kind of bounce into the knees, lift them up, let them drop, the bend in the elbows. Then you bounce with this movement into the legs. But keep your hands and fingers loose. Good. And we'll do one arm at a time, just tapping the back of the shoulder. The opposite shoulder. Other hand. The swing comes from a little bounce in the legs. One more. Good. So keep those knees soft. And then you're going to do some rotations with the body. Your arms are loose. Your one hand is going to tap the kidney at the back. And the other hand is going to tap the shoulder. Just waking up the body. Okay, and you slow down the swinging. Lovely. Good. So the feet can be still underneath those hips, or maybe a little bit wider apart if that feels more comfortable for you. See what you feel. And keeping the fingers soft, palms facing down, you're going to inhale and then lift the arms up really nice and slow, just above the shoulders. And as you exhale, the arms are going to come down in time with a nice slow breath. Inhaling, float the arms up. Feel the breath deep in the belly. You get a sense of the chi, the energy of the body moving the arms, not just the muscular movement, the chi around the body. One more of those. Great. Then we're going to take one hand, and like you're pointing your finger. We're going to do a bit of spinal movement. So your finger goes to the one direction, your hips go to the opposite direction. So kind of like in an S shape, like a snake. And you're going to go up, moving the hips, moving the spine. And then you're going to turn the finger down, and then again, hip opposite direction as you point the finger in that S shape. And then you'll do the other hand. Down, away. Good. And now bring the heels of the feet together, toes are sticking out. Then you bring the fingers, interlace the fingers and bring the fingers together. And then you'll do both fingers and hands together with the hip movement, spinal movement. And down. Great. Okay, lovely. So bending the knees, just focusing on this lower dantian. Just turn a little to the side so you can see. You're going to bring the chin down to the chest. So again, working with the spine. Then you roll down, just going to wherever you can go. And then you lift the head, lift the chin, sink the sit bones, push into the feet as you roll back up. And then again, you move the chin down towards the chest, move the hips back, find a nice roll down. When you come to your deepest point, you lift the head, start to sink the sit bones, push into the feet, lift the chest, and come up. And let's do one more of those. Chest rolling down. Knees, head up, push with your feet, roll up. Great. Feeling nice and free. Okay. So we're going to bring the hands here under, in line with the lower dantian, the fingers facing up or palms facing up. Fingers almost touching, knees are soft. As you inhale, start lifting the hands up, gathering the chi, and you flip the palms forward and up, looking up towards the hands in front of the head, bending the knees as you exhale, spine long as you fold, coming all the way down, hands coming towards the floor, and you scoop the chi back up, just in front of the legs with your inhale to the lower dantian. Pausing here, then inhaling again, floating the arms up, flipping the palms, then looking up as you fold forward with a long spine, pull the hips back, reach the hands forward. Drop the head, release the neck, and push into the feet as you slowly roll up on the inhale breath. Again, slowly lifting. Really just take your time with these, there's no rush. We will pause here, hands in the lower dantian. And then you're going to lift the arms all the way up above the head. So the fingers are almost touching. It's kind of like you're holding sort of a beach ball, but your fingers don't touch. The elbows are soft. Okay? And then you take your feet a little bit wider apart. The crescent moon. You can shift your hips over to, let's say, the right. And then you bend to the left and lift the left heel. And you look down towards the foot. And then as you inhale, you come back to the center, bending the knees. And then you exhale over to the other side, creating this crescent moon shape, looking down towards the foot, lifting the heel. And bending the knees as you come down into the middle point, straightening into the legs as you lean over to the side, look down towards the foot. And you bend the knees again, coming back to the middle, straightening into the legs, and towards the foot. Heel lifts. So just explore a few more of those in your own time. And then coming back to the middle, the arms in line with the shoulders or a little lower. And again, the fingertips are almost touching, the fingers are loose and soft, and the shoulders are relaxed. So this is hugging the tree, sort of like you've got a big beach ball there between your arms. Try to feel the flesh on the arms release. Steady, soft breath. And let the arms drop down slowly. We'll take the right hand up next to the left side of the chest. I'm not sure on the video if I'm mirroring you or not. I'm using the same hand. And then your left hand next to the left side of your chest. So we're going to move, this is for the lung meridian. We're going to move over to the side. So you shift into the left leg. So that left hand is on the left side of the chest, right hand facing up. And then as you exhale, you'll move the hands across the chest and shift into the opposite leg. And you'll let the left hand dip down, turn, palm faces up. Right hand comes next to the chest. And then you exhale and you push across the lungs, shifting to the other leg. Weight to the other leg. And you turn, right hand now faces up, left hand faces across. And then you exhale, moving across to the opposite leg. So just working gently with your chi. You're moving slowly with the breath. You're shifting to the left leg, the left side, and then you flip the hands. So like you're holding this chi energy here, and you shift across the lungs. So the bottom hand is just in line with the sort of bottom of the sternum. So one more over to the left. With the palms. Then your left hand comes on top and you bring both hands down towards the navel. So like you're holding your chi energy here between your hands. Soften into the knees. Connect with that chi. And both hands release down next to the sides. The palms are facing back, and there's that sense of space under the armpits. Fingers are soft, rooting down through the feet. Then your left hand comes onto your navel, right hand on top. You're going to circle in a clockwise direction. So starting with small circles, we'll make 9 circles, making them a little bit bigger as you go around the navel. So now you take your circles the other direction 6 times, so starting from bigger. You come back to the navel. And you just seal the Qigong practice. Bring the arms down to the sides. Tuck your thumb into your hands. As you inhale, just lifting the forearms up. Fists will face the front. And then through the mouth with a shh sound as you exhale and bring your hands down. And releasing the thumbs, step the feet a little close together, hands together. And we'll thank the great nature, the great energy, the chi. So just come to take your cushion, a little bit of sit. Okay, so always just sit comfortably, use as many cushions as you need. All right. So this last 10-15 minutes of practice, work deep within, closing the eyes, allowing the shoulders to release. You can place your hands wherever you feel it's comfortable. So I like to just place them on the knees, nice and broad across the heart space. And then feel the energy sink down into your seat. Sit bones plugging into earth. Legs relaxed. Spine long. The heart floats. There's no need to control your breathing, just allowing that to flow smoothly, naturally, in and out of your nose. Just taking a moment here to sit with the feeling of gratitude. Coming into the heart space and really cultivating that sense and that feeling here in your heart. Not simply a list of things, but a felt experience of being grateful for your life and all the things within it. You might notice as you're sitting with gratitude, you feel a little lighter in the body, calmer in the mind. Maybe you can come back to that inner smile. Now just noticing that natural flow of the breath again. Where are you sensing the breath in the body the most? Now see if you can connect with the sense of the soft breath that you see reflected very gently at your navel, your belly button. Now bring awareness to the sense of the breath in the side of the body, the waist, floating ribs, and maybe even under the armpits. Bring attention to the breath at the back of the body, especially in the area of the kidneys, the middle upper back. Then come to the front of the body, chest, collarbone. Notice the sensation of the breath. Soft, gentle movement. We'll move into the practice of Shitali Pranayama. So this is a wonderful cooling practice, very calming, soothing, therapeutic. So you can just stay with your eyes closed if you're unsure what the practice is. The Shitali is a inhaling through a curled tongue. So you curl your tongue and you create a tube. So like around the sides of the tongue, and create a tube, and you stick your tongue out your mouth a little, and you inhale through this curled tongue, and then you exhale out of your nose. If you struggle to do a curled tongue, you can do sit kari, where you bring the teeth together but open the lips, and then you draw the air through the sides of the teeth softly, so you're not trying to make too much noise. And with the practices, you try to do, if it's a 3-second inhale, a 6-second exhale. If it's a 4-second inhale, an 8-second exhale. But not straining the breath in any way, especially keeping that sense of freedom above the navel. So the support we find from below in the upper zone. So connect with the space and your pelvic floor. And I'll simply guide you through. We'll do about 4 seconds in and about 8 seconds out. But if it's too much, you just reduce it. If you're very into these practices, you just do a bit of a longer breath. So do what feels comfortable. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, you can even take your hands here below your navel. So under the belly button. Exhale. gently squeezing the area between the pubic bone and navel, about 3 out of 10. So now you hold and manage that space. Curl the tongue and slowly inhale. If you feel full at the top, then you bring the tongue back into the mouth and you exhale out the nose for about 8. So feeling the release from the top down. So feel the chest fall. Notice the sides of the body. Belly starts to drop back. And then you gently squeeze below the navel, end of exhale. Pausing at the bottom. Curl the tongue, inhale. Pull the tongue back and exhale out the nose, or double. Feel the intercostal muscles. Feel the back of the throat. Gently squeeze below the navel, end of exhale till you're empty. Now pause at the end of the breath. Curling the tongue, pulling the air through the curled tongue slowly for 4. You now feel full, and then exhale out the nose. Managing now the space below the navel towards the end of the exhale. Pause, you're empty. Curling tongue, inhale. You feel full at the top, and then you exhale. Release from the top down. The chest starts falling, the side ribs releasing. Then it comes back and below the navel at the end. So do another 3 of those in your own, inhaling through the tongue or teeth. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Paying attention to all the parts that have brought your awareness to just a few minutes ago. Managing all of this from the space below the navel. Into one more. At the end of the exhale, staying connected below the navel, free above, come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And notice any effects of the practice. We'll finish with just 5 of the Brahmari breath, V breath. So the wonderful soft humming on the exhale breath, you inhale nose and then exhale with that soft humming sound. So really just keeping it therapeutic, not trying to make it too loud, feeling that vibration in the chest and at the base of the nasal cavity. So it's more of an NNG sound. So the tip of the tongue is just touching the soft palate, the jaw free and relaxed. And again, you're trying to make the exhale double the length of your inhale breath without straining above the navel. So we'll do 1 together, and then you just continue the other 4 on your own at home. Finding the exhale first. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with your hum. Finding your own rhythm with it, nice and smooth. Finish with the breath in and out the nose, letting it return to normal. Close off with Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, starting with Om together, repeating it 3 times. Breathing in. Om. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone. You had a good start to your day. Thank you for joining, and we hope to see you again. We'll load this up on YouTube, and you can always use it to practice again at your own pace in your own time. So have a wonderful day. Thank you.